I want to watch the news.
Are you making headway at least?
This is the news.
Schmack-a-ma-gob, it's time for the only news that matters. And Megadeth will release their self-titled final album on January 23rd. And the set will include a customary headline-grabbing send-off from Dave Mustaine, a cover of Metallica's Ride the Lightning. Mustain confirmed the rumor in Rolling Stones in a new interview. The Ride the Lightning cover is fair game, considering Mustaine wrote part of the song before Metallica fired him in 1983. He said, "It wasn't really that I wanted to do my version. I think that we all wanted it to turn out a certain way. And for me, this was about something so much more than how a song turns out. It was about respect. Specifically, it's about respect for Metallica's James Hetfield, with whom Mustaine had a famously fraught relationship for decades." He said, "No one ever talks to me about that when it comes to Hetfield's guitar chops. One day he's a singer, the next day he's this fucking powerhouse that I've always respected him as a guitar player. So I wanted to do something to close the circle of my career right now. Since it started off with Panic, which was Mustaine's pre-Metallica band, and several of the songs that ended up in the Metallica repertoire, I wanted to do something that I felt would be a good song." Mustaine has rarely shied away from taking jabs at his former Metallica bandmates in the press, but he swore his intentions were pure when decided to cover Ride the Lightning on the album Megadeth. "I don't have any reasons. I was going to say, oh, hey man, this thing that we've had 40 years ago where you guys will never tour with me and me doing the song is going to change things," he said. That wasn't it at all. It was more about, this is my life going forward. I want to do things that are respectable. And I think doing something where we can pay honor to the guy that, I hate to say this because it's just so fucking arrogant, but the guitar player in Metallica, meaning Dave Mustaine, changed the world. Alright, despite his pure intentions, Mustaine said that members of Metallica have not heard his version of Ride the Lightning. He said, "It was not for lack of having the thought or the courage or anything like that. I know the last time James and I talked, we were talking about some business stuff and I haven't spoken to him since. So I was hoping that we could get his approval on this before we released the track. But when it turned out the way that it did, I think there were so many people that were happy that we did this and that we went for it. And I'll be more happy to talk to him when I get the opportunity, but I don't have his number anymore." Wow. Although Mustaine and Hetfield has had a contentious relationship over the years, to put it mildly, Mustaine hopes this gesture will demonstrate his respect for his former bandmate and peer. He says, "I think the whole purpose of this was not to try and rekindle relationships or anything. It's all about showing respect to a man that I don't believe he thinks I respect him, and I want to make that clear. I wanted to pay tribute to the band. And just now that I'm getting ready to hang my guitar up, I wanted to make sure that nothing was left unsaid." All right, there you go. I am very much looking forward to this. I think it's lame that it's a bonus track. I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with, copyright. I don't know the music biz. If they put it on the actual album, it might be a bigger deal. I don't know. Or maybe it was a dumb decision to make it a bonus track. Just to make it a bonus track. I don't get it. And he says he talks about Panic. His band Panic. I wonder if any of that music, he didn't get into that. I figure if any of Panic's music is on the album, he would mention it, the song at least. But he does hint that, it's going to have my early stuff. Well, we'll see, man. But, a lot of people are already, because there's so many Metallica haters out there. I've seen countless posts going, oh, man, this Megadeth version's going to kill it. It's going to be better. Because, anything Megadeth does is better than Metallica to these people. But with, Metallica's bigger than big, man. Huge. And it pisses a lot of people off. I love Hardwire, but I don't like 72 Seasons or anything before that since really Master. But I got to respect how big they are, man. They're huge. They're huge because they go out there with these stadium shows, right? And they bring these popular to the kids bands like Avenged Sevenfold and Volbeat and stuff like that the kids are into, and they go and then they get into Metallica. That's why Metallica is so huge still, because they go out there and they get the kids, They wouldn't be this popular if they had a band like Exodus, which a lot of metalheads like myself, we're like, why don't you take out like Exodus or King Diamond or, because the kids ain't into that shit. I mean, not the amount of kids that have Avenged Sevenfold, but whatever. Besides the point, I'm going to say something that is not a popular opinion because I've said it before and I've had people leave comments, mostly cool people going, no, I don't agree, but that's all right. And there were a few boneheads telling me I'm wrong because I should think like them. But I like Megadeth mechanics more than the Four Horsemen. I know it's not a popular opinion, but I just do. I just think it's better. I don't even mind the lyrics, the dumbass lyrics, the vocals, none of it. It's so off the hinge, they were so radical, Megadeth, that lineup with Chris Poland and Garth Samuelson. That lineup was just unbelievable. Like, I really don't believe Mustaine back then thought like he thinks now, where he's saying, well, what I'm doing, I want to be respected. I don't think he gave a fuck about being respected back then. He more gave a fuck of outdoing Metallica. That was his main focus. And then, he started playing it safe and trying to write songs for the radio and so on, to keep the machine rolling, and it failed. It's supposed to fail because, and now it's like, okay, they released, I heard the new song, Tipping Point. It was all right. I mean, it was okay. It didn't blow me away. It was all right, But, yeah, I'm curious to hear Ride the Lightning. Will I think it's better than the Metallica version? Fuck if I know. I cannot tell you, man. I'm not psychic like these people out there that know that Ride the Lightning by Megadeth is better than the Metallica version. Without hearing the Megadeth version, they're gifted. They're like Nostradamus. They can see the future. I'll be honest, man. When I hear it, I'll be honest. Am I hoping it's better than Ride the Lightning? Yes, because I love the feeling of being shocked. Because it would shock the hell out of me if he does a better version of Ride the Lightning than Metallica's version. It will shock me. No doubt about it. Because I don't think, in my mind, I'm thinking, oh man, I gotta hear it, but man, how is he gonna top, Metallica's version? Come on, Ride the Lightning, I've yet to hear a Metallica cover better than Metallica. And a lot of people are praising the Testament, Seek and Destroy cover they just released. I don't see a difference in it. They're playing it safe. They're playing it like the song. Does it suck? Of course not. I don't think it sucks at all. And by the way, I think the latest Testament album is the best thing they've done since The Gathering. Because I haven't been big on Testament for the past few albums. But this new album, holy crap, I love it a lot, But there's a lot of Testament fans out there I've seen that don't like the new album. They don't like the direction, where I do, But that's besides the point. Their version of Seek and Destroy is not bad at all. It's a good version. It is very good. But it's the same thing, There's no adventure doing something to put your little stamp on it. Doing a vocal differently ain't going to do it for me. But we'll see. We'll see this whole thing. And Mustain again, he's done this before with, oh, I love Hetfield, this and that. And now he's saying he doesn't even have Hetfield's phone number. And I also remember him saying, Hetfield's great, but, Lars, I could take or leave him. He's not a good drummer. Ask anybody. They'll tell you. He's not a good drummer. Saying that shit in the press, I mean, you're kissing James Hetfield's ass, and then you're dissing his little buddy, his little Danish buddy, And whatever. Technically, Lars, I guess, ain't that great, but I'll take him over a lot of Megadeth drummers. I would. I totally would. With his the way he invented the drum patterns he did. With his limited knowledge of drums, he made it amazing. And, I know a lot of younger people weren't around back then when Cliff Burton was alive. But everybody that was into Metallica, up to Master of Puppets, loved Lars the most. Because Lars was the guy that had his ear to the ground. Lars was the one into the new wave of British heavy metal. He lived metal. He was like, everybody loved Lars, And now it's the complete opposite, which is funny because, people, there's a shirt of Lars and Cliff and it says it should have been Lars. But the truth of the matter is Lars was a pure metalhead in '86, where Cliff was into a lot of different stuff. REM, classical music, some Southern rock, some Skinner. He was into a vast variety of things that I'm not saying Cliff would like the Load albums and stuff like that. I'm not saying none of that because I don't know that. But as far as him wanting to change the band in where it's not just thrash metal, Cliff would have been the first one on board on that. And if it was Lars that died back then, today there would be a shirt with Lars and Cliff, and it would say, it should have been Cliff. Because, man, let me tell you something. Lars, if he would have died in '86, it would have fucking... Lars would be a god, And nobody would be goofing on Lars, whatever. I'm not here defending Lars. This is my opinion. A lot of people get off on trashing Lars. I don't, but I get off on trashing Sammy Belcher, so we do have something in common. It's just different people. Anyway, that's it for the only news that matters. What do you think? Are you a Nuster dumbass? Let me know in the comments below which version's better without hearing the Megadeth version. And those that are not Nuster dumbasses, leave your comments below as well. And thank you all for watching The Only News That Matters. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Ring that little notification bell and like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty. Listen to My Last Words by Megadeth. And schmack 'em a gob.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. again. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston. And so never more shall we see you again.